Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lauren, aka That Vain Gal, and it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And today's video is about all things vanity. How does it affect girls? How does it make us feel? And how does it actually wreck our lives? Let's be honest, we're winging life like we do our liner if it all goes to plan, which it never does. If you follow me on Instagram, I recently put up a poll, loads of polls, and thankfully you all took part in them and gave me your opinion on a lot of vanity related questions. So this video is basically summing up what the percentage of those questions were, discussing my own experience with them, and halfway through this video I'll actually get my boyfriend in to have a boy's opinion on this, as well as has his opinion changed after seeing the results. Who knows? Before we start, remember, give this video a big thumbs up and hit the bell and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let's go. Full disclaimer, I did this poll after getting in a little bit of trouble with my boyfriend about being late. Like, an outfit meant to a girl, like, it's literally the finishing touch, and you can't just throw on a pair of leggings and go out the door. It just doesn't work like that. So after that I was like, I was kind of inspired to find out, is it just me? Am I just being as did anyone else feel the same? So I put out a little poll, and even I was surprised with the results because one, I was surprised that so many people participated. Thank you so much. It honestly means the world that you participate in my polls. Girls are so united in their feelings, but it's probably something they literally do not talk about. So it was quite insightful. All the girls that took part in the polls, you actually have my heart now, because it's so sad to feel like someone else is feeling that way that you also feel. It's really eye-opening. I feel like it's a topic that is kind of shied away from, not really discussed. Obviously I have my own opinion in regards to vanity, my boyfriend has his opinion on my vanity, and everyone just has an opinion. I have right in front of me the results, and I'm just going to go through them one by one, kind of like briefly discuss my own opinion on them, my own situation on them, and what my answer actually was. So one of the first questions I asked was definitely a no-brainer. How long does it take you to get ready? Now I will put the wee question up here and lay down the answers and the percentage as well as I'm saying that. Trust the notepad. Now in the poll there was under 1 hour, there was 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and there was also it depends on how I feel. Now I actually put depends on how I feel because, well, what the title suggests, it depends on how I feel, if I'm stressed, if I'm anxious. All these things are major factors in how my end result will look, but the highest voted one by you was 1 to 2 hours. 15% of you says it takes you under 1 hour to get ready. 2 to 3, and depending on how you feel, with the second highest with 19% each. And then under 1 hour was the lowest rating, so that kind of shows you that most girls will take above an hour, so between 1 to 3, throw in a wee mix of how they feel. Girls get such stick if they're not like just ready really quickly. All feel the same, that it takes them above an hour to get ready. The ones that do it under an hour, well done, well done. This did not take me under an hour. This will take me between 1 to 2 hours to perfect, including hair. So I felt like I should film this when I'm full glam, just to prove, kind of like have more proof for like, this is what the problem is. Their questions was, do you get upset if getting ready does not go to plan how you imagined? Now let me explain. A girl has an image, right? She has picked her outfit, picked the makeup she's going to wear, the eyeshadow matches the outfit, she's picked the jewellery, the shoes, she's picked it all. You have an image in your head. You've literally took a lot of time planning this out. So when that image that is now cemented in your brain, you have this like end goal, you have this end result that you're envisioning, when that does not go to plan, shit hits the fan. It is one of the worst feelings ever when you've taken so much time pre-planning this outfit and so much time like thinking about it, organising it, and then when it all goes to shit, it is honestly so destroying. How I feel on it, like if I've envisioned all this, doesn't happen, I actually sometimes I'll feel and say, as dramatic as it may sound, some people actually struggle to cope with it. I don't know if any of people watching feel the same. I know how they put on the poll feel the same, but it feels like everything just crashing down. It's like the world's against it. That sounds so dramatic, but that's how it feels at the time. It's like, why can I not just be happy with really nice makeup and like my tits staying in place and like my body's glowing instead of a sweaty mess, my hair won't stay curly, my boobs, they won't stay up, outfit is just like making me look like I have 5 belly rolls, like. So obviously that was one of my questions, and what you guys answered was a massive 88% of you says that you too would feel upset if it doesn't go to plan, and only 12% of you says that you wouldn't. I was even shook at that bite because obviously I know how I feel when I'm getting ready, and I can't just enough throughout the whole video. I have my own opinion of how I feel, but it's still shocking when you find out people feel the same. You're kind of made to feel like, especially living at home with your parents and stuff, you're made to feel like you're an isolated case almost, like you're just difficult, you're just picky, you're just vain, feel like you're alone. So this poll for me, even though like I had an idea that people would feel the same as me, I didn't think 88% of the people that participate in the poll would. You always have that one pal who has no issues getting ready and they can't relate to you, and you feel like a letdown because you're nothing like that one pal, or you just feel like you've been given a shorthand in life. So it is really eye-opening that there is quite a lot of people that feel the same. Like, how do you feel? Is it accurate? Do you feel like it doesn't affect you? Like, comment your opinions throughout this video. Comment any opinions you have down below. Next question was, have you ever cancelled due to how the end result of getting ready went for you? Now, personally, I haven't cancelled, but I wanted to cancel. I will still go out, but I'm probably late. So there is times where I'm like, I don't want to go out, the world hates me, my life is over, and I don't want to go out, really don't want to go out, but I know I need to. I've made plans, I made commitments, but if I could have chosen to just stay in, definitely would have. 64% of people say they have not cancelled due to the end result of their makeup. 36% of people did say they have cancelled due to how their appearance looks, and that even like, although no was higher, even that yes percentage is still pretty high. It's sad that girls feel that beaten up about their appearance, that they feel they want to cancel or they actually do. Even I, as a girl, as a vain bitch, even I'm shook at the answer, so it's quite interesting to see like a guy's point of view of that, because if I'm hashtag woke, I don't know, I'm saying hashtag woke, it's just funny, if I'm woke by these answers, how does the male species feel? So the next question was, does pre-existing stress, so that I mean like something's happened in your day, you're rushed off your feet, you might be going straight from work to getting ready, like anything that causes stress, it's just in your life, does pre-existing stress affect your final outcome? So does the stress you feel make getting ready harder? 73% of you girls says that pre-existing stress does affect how you get ready and the time that you would get ready in. Makeup is a craft. Like, with makeup you usually have like a schedule. You prime, you do your foundation, you do your eye makeup, you might start with your eye makeup first, you do your brows, highlight, contour, all those things, but you have a set routine. And if you're already stressed, personally I feel like that routine just goes out the window. It's like you're sitting there staring at this makeup, wishing you could just like throw it on your face because you've forgotten everything. You actually forget how to do your makeup. You're sitting there and you're like, I feel like I should know you, but I don't. One of those moments where that makeup feels like a stranger to you and you know you need to make friends with it to look pretty, but it doesn't happen. Pre-existing stress, your head just isn't in the game, you're not focused on what you're doing, and that is obviously then going to delay the time you get out, it's going to delay how long you get ready, you're going to take longer, things are going to go wrong, you have about 10 meltdowns before you even leave the house. Things are obviously going to go wrong when you're not focused on them. Like, imagine you went to do your job, you weren't focused on it. Is things going to go wrong? Are you more likely to make mistakes? Of course you are. So makeup is no different. It is a craft, and you've spent years perfecting your craft. So when you're not in the zone, of course things are going to go wrong. And how do you then feel when that goes wrong? If it was your job and things went wrong, how would you feel? You'd be stressed, you'd be panicking, you'd be anxious. Makeup is literally no different for a girl. That is how you feel in that moment. It is like your job and you're failing at your job. And I'm starting to realise that maybe if my stress levels are so high, I shouldn't be going out. You already have stuff going in your life, so adding to that stress of having to get ready, especially if you're in the 1 to 3 hour bracket, adding to that isn't going to be the most joyous of things. There's definitely food for thought here. And next question is one that will be on everyone's minds. How often are you late getting ready? Now, for this one, I obviously had my own answer and my own opinion, but I was so desperate to hear everyone else's because every girl knows if they're late or not, but it's so interesting finding out how many other girls are in like the same boat as you. So I asked, were you never late? Were you always late? Were you sometimes late? Or did it depend on your stress levels? Now, the highest rating answer was it depends on your stress levels. So this kind of links back to the previous questions that pre-existing stress can affect how you get ready. And just like this, the following answer is showing pre-existing stress can also result in if you're going to be late or not. 28% of you said sometimes and 24% of you said always. So this shows that lateness and girls kind of go hand in hand. We have a lot more to do. We have hair to do, curls, straighten, style. We also have like outfits to pick. I hate to say this, but we take more pride in our appearance, right? We do take more pride in our appearance. We have like the full face of makeup, do the fake tan, the jewellery to match, everything. So when you think of that, like, we have a lot to, and obviously like stuff doesn't go to plan, or we're just perfectionists in our craft. So that can make you sometimes late, always late, or depending on how you feel late. Boys do not get is the fact that there's no going faster in makeup. Like, there's literally one speed setting. If you knew how to go faster doing your makeup, of course you would. Like, who wants to be going slow? Who wants to be going at a speed they know they're going to be late by? Like, that makes no sense. Like, do guys actually think us girls do not care that much? Like, of course we care. We obviously care. We know how it's impacting others. It's impacting us as well. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. Like, we're not sitting there going, oh, this is just so fun doing my makeup. Like, I'm going to be late. Yay. No, it's not like that at all. We are panicking, but if we do not hold our shit together, our makeup's going to go so dodgy. Our wing liner will be up to our brow. It'll be smudged down our cheek. Our mascara wand will be touching our nose. Like, we have to stay focused, and sometimes that can appear like we don't give a fuck. But really we do. Let's say you went to the shops that day, put on little basic makeup and your little leggings or something, right? You went to the shops. It's because you're not doing anything. You're not really going to be getting photos. You're not getting out to eat. You're not doing anything fancy, right? You're literally just going around doing your basics. And guys can seem to think that if you can do that, why is it taking you so much longer for a night out? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Tell me why. Yes, I will. Backstreet Boys, I will tell you. Telling you why right now. The difference is, one, we give more of a shit how we look at night. We can rush out the door looking like that. That's because we don't really care about who's seeing us. We're just going out the door, like, shopping, all these things. There's no deal to be had. Two, we care so much about our appearance. We don't want to go to a restaurant looking like how we did in the daytime. We don't look like that. We want to look glam. Only does it look good in pictures, but it looks good to us. We like that person in the mirror. We feel good about that person, and ultimately, as much as we want to look good for others, of course we want to look good for ourselves. Like, we want to look good eating our food. That rhymed. We want to look good eating our food. Like, that's the motto here. I like that. I'm going to copyright that. But that is the difference. Like, we can't just do what we did during the day because that was during the day. This is night time. Like, they don't even relate, hun. Like, fathers, not even the same bloodline. To sum that little discussion up, being glam is not an option, and it should not be presented as such. You either want to do it or you don't. There's no option to just not go glam. So if you're listening, boys, do not tell your girl she's found by makeup. Yeah, that's cute, but in reality, we don't care because we want to look glam. So don't present as an option because there is no option. It's either go hard or go home. So how much does the perfect outfit mean to you? Now, I would say I am quite good at choosing my outfit the night before. So if the outfit goes wrong, then I do feel quite stressed, upset. I'd planned it all to perfection, but I wouldn't say that I overly focus on it. This one was nearly split down the middle. 46% says it does really affect them, the perfect outfit. It means a lot to them. It's kind of got their own opinion on it. What do you think? Like, how does it affect you? Does it mean a lot to you? Personally, I would say sometimes I feel like you can be so dead set on an outfit. Like, you have this image in your head, you're so certain that's going to be your outfit, and then last minute you detest it. You think you look like a whale in it, you think it does nothing for you, you hate the colour, you hate the size, you hate everything about it. The next day, you'll probably love it again, but in that moment you absolutely hate the outfit, and then it's like panic mode. What am I going to wear? Like, what's going to make me feel better about myself? So I would say in that level, that's probably more my kind of level on it, where sometimes my opinion, I mean, I do have OCD, but can I really blame that? Probably not. But I feel like I probably do obsess more than like average person, like about small details. But the bigger issue at hand here is definitely that it is just how a girl thinks and feels. So to tie in with that question, I also asked what slows you down the most getting ready, and most people picked outfit choosing, which is weird because it was nearly such a 50-50 split against does the perfect outfit mean to you, but also the outfit is the one that slows you down the most. So that one is quite interesting because it's probably the aspect of getting ready that slows people down the most. But even though it slows you down, you may not necessarily feel like it means a lot to you. That's quite complex, isn't it? Need a psychologist on hand for that shit. 21% said hair slows them down, and then equal measures, 16% said it was all their makeup, and 16% said that it was their eye makeup. Now, I would definitely say my eye makeup slows me down, as the one thing I'm not really naturally gifted at. I do struggle with doing my eye makeup quite a bit, so I would say my eye makeup is probably the thing that slows me down, because my outfit I do tend to do the night before. All my makeup obviously slows me down, but I would say my eye makeup is probably the one that tends to go on the most. The outfit and the makeup one, what differs is you have so many clothes, like you have loads of them, you're probably most likely going to find something that you can throw on. However, makeup, you can't change once it's on your face. You can try and fix it, alter it, enhance it, but the only way to truly change makeup is if you wash it all off and start again, and that's just not okay. You just can't do that. You look in the mirror, you're going to be affected, aren't you? It's pretty much the same. This makeup's on our face, this tan's on our body, the outfit's on our body. We're looking at our reflection and we don't bloody like it. So how do you think we feel? I know I'm starting to get a bit passionate, but this is something, these are topics that are really close to my heart, and I feel for every girl. And I feel like I'm fighting out for every girl that participated and felt the same as me. My next question was something that is shown in the media. People talk about it, but we're going to talk about it on this channel today. Do you think there is social pressure on girls to look a certain way, behave a certain way, and the end result to be just absolutely snatched? Do you feel like there's a social pressure? And I want you watching, tell me down below your personal experiences with all of this from start to finish. Just tell me your personal experience, and if you too feel like there's a social pressure. I feel like this is one of the main topics, but nothing's really ever done about it. People just brush it off, but I feel like it's so serious. The social pressure that I personally feel is insane. Like, I feel I have to look a certain way for not just myself and how I see myself, but other people as well. Like, that photo won't look good on Instagram, or that photo like won't fit with social standards, or that photo like isn't good enough for my friends, my boyfriend, all these factors. Like, it really is a lot deeper than people really appreciate or understand. And unsurprisingly, 96% of you say that you too feel social pressure to look a certain way. I mean, did we expect anything less? Like, really, of course a lot of you are going to feel the same. It's such an obvious topic for girls. They know the social pressures girls face, but adults, boys, they don't really get it. They may feel social pressure to be wearing a particular brand, for example, like Nike or something, but like adults, they didn't have those social pressures when they were young, and as much as they like to pretend they're young, they're not anymore. They don't get it. Like, growing up in the generations we have, and the generations that are coming after us, I really worry about how this social pressure is going to affect them, because if I'm a 27-year-old woman, right, God, I'm a woman now, jeez, if I'm a 27-year-old woman, then how is an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old girl feeling? Because it's going to be 100% harder for them growing up in that world. Like, the social pressure is crazy. Like, you see influencers on Instagram, all these things. You see makeup artists on YouTube, and you feel like there's a standard. It's not that flawless in real life. Put my hands up here and tell you now, I film on my Samsung S20 phone, so there's no built-in filters. Now obviously the camera does have a built-in filter, that is like why I have a Samsung camera, hands up, but the actual video has no built-in filters. I have a free editing software that I edit these videos on. There's no bullshit here. This is me, take me as I am, Justin Bieber once said. Now this one is probably quite a deep question and quite a personal question, so thank you to everyone that actually answered it, because it is quite of a raw one. Do you feel like your self-worth is affected by the end result? So do you feel like you don't see yourself as worthy for something? Do you feel like you're not worthy? Do you feel like everyone's going to judge you, hate you, laugh at you? Just your overall self-worth? The most popular answer by 67% was sometimes. So even if you sometimes don't feel like your self-worth is affected, a lot of you do feel like it is now and again. 28% says they always feel like their self-worth is affected by the final outcome, and 5% say never. Thank God you don't feel that way, because it's awful. I would not wish it on anyone. Like, there is times where I get ready, I'm not feeling 100% in the final outcome, and I'm like, okay, I'll take a photo, that will cheer me up. I'll be like loving life again, which is vain. It is. I'm that vain girl. What do you expect? It is vain. But this isn't like a girl's thinking. You think that one photo is going to define you almost. It's going to reflect how you really look. It's such a complicated process. Like, it's a whole psychology lesson in itself. You feel like photo will change everything. If you like the photo, then that means you're fine. And all those worries were just unnecessary. But then what happens if you don't like the photo and you can't get a good picture? You feel like you were right to feel like how you do, and those photos justify it, and that you really were ugly all along. And that is how deep it really can go. Like, there's times if I didn't feel good in my reflection, or like I wasn't 100% comfortable, and then take a photo and it doesn't like show me what I feel like it should be showing me, then I feel like shit. I feel like I've let myself down. I feel like a failure. I feel like a shit girl, really. And this is where it kind of gets scary. 9 times out of 10, the next day, I look back at those photos and I don't see what the problem was. So this is something, and I cannot stress this enough for girls, maybe take this as a tip. If you view yourself one night and you're like, I hate how I look, I hate everything, you really hate the photos, do not, and I repeat, do not delete them. Keep them. And the next morning when your neck head's off, that's negative head, we're just going to do a wee mash up. When your neck head's off, look back at the photos, and 9 times out of 10 I've found I can't see the problem. I actually like the photos. So it's like, that is how negative and how deep it can really go. That's how negative your mindset can go, that you actually see yourself through this filtered, blurry lens. Like, it isn't actually accurate to how you would see yourself if your mindset would have been a wee bit better. So that is like scary. Next question was, have you ever dressed up for acceptance of a guy? Social acceptance, social media acceptance. Have you ever dressed up specifically for those things, so not for yourself, for other reasons? 16% say they have once or twice, so just like a handful of times, not that many, nothing to be really like concerned about. It's just like something happened, maybe they were going on a date, maybe they just wanted to look really good for a specific photo. 37% says they occasionally do this and feel that way. So on occasions, maybe like once or twice a month, they do get ready for a guy, they do get ready for social media. But 47% of you said you often do this and feel this way. So very regularly, like quite often, maybe once or twice a week, you get ready for kind of the wrong reasons. You get ready maybe partially for yourself, but there's another factor in it. There's another hand at play. It's for your boyfriend, it's for a date, it's for your Tinder profile, it's for your social media, it's for your friends, it's for someone that isn't you, basically. And I would say I'm also in this bracket. Like, as much as I'm getting ready for myself, I'm also getting ready for my boyfriend for that date night. Like, I'm getting ready for his approval almost. I wouldn't say approval because I don't need a guy's approval as such, but I'm getting ready for him to see what he has almost, and for him to appreciate me in another way. So I would say there's some depth to it. It's not always as clear as you're getting ready for a guy, you are getting ready for yourself, but there is more at play to it. I'd say quite strikingly, 0% said never. So everyone that took part in this poll, no one has ever felt like they don't cave to get ready for a guy. Social pressures, all these things. So that is like quite deep in it. No one's ever felt like they don't have to get ready for someone else. Everyone's felt it either once or twice sometimes or often. And that just shows you that there's all these quotes and all these things about girls, love yourself and self-love, get ready for yourself, you're a queen, all these things. But deep down, it always isn't just as plain simple as that. And I definitely feel that too. That is all the questions that I asked, that's the answers, that's my opinion on them. Like, I honestly feel like there's so many different things between guys and girls and their getting ready experience. Like, I feel like guys stick the tunes on, they're pure buzzing at their tits to get ready. But for me as a girl, I sometimes find that can be two ways. I feel like if there's too much TV on the background, or someone's right beside me playing music that I didn't choose, or watching something that I didn't choose, then I find it distracts me. But the best way to have a guy versus girl ready experience chat and find out what a guy's opinion and all this is to get my boyfriend in on this video. So without further ado, meet Lewis.
Hi.
So he did not want to do this video at all. I've actually supplied him with alcohol so he feels okay to do it. But I felt like the best person to discuss this with is my boyfriend, who absolutely detests my getting readiness. So we're going to dive about talk about that. Now, tell us all about, for a guy, what's it like? I feel like I'm what's it like for like a guy getting ready?
It's quick. I think the longest thing for me is probably doing my hair, and it takes about 10 minutes at most.
That's the longest thing for you?
Yeah. Clothes is just, I pick it out then and there. I don't pre-plan or anything, and I'm just good to go.
But I plan it for him. Sometimes he's just like, Lauren, what should I wear? That's also added pressure me I had, because I've got to sort his outfit as well as mine.
I probably don't pick the best timing for that. I ask you the worst possible time.
Usually halfway through my outfit, he's like, Lauren, should I wear that? Should I wear that? And I'm like, I don't. And then he'll just say, come in and tell me random football facts when I'm getting ready, and I'm like, why would I care when I'm trying to like perfect my contour? The bloody the football who scored a goal, like, seriously.
And not to put like a sad thing on for guys, but it is a lot of waiting about. I think that's where this discussion's coming from and the frustrations come from. It's just waiting for you to get ready, and we can help out and stuff, but a lot of it's just waiting about and seeing what we can do.
Is it not worth the wait though?
Yes, worth the wait. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Rude. After reading and hearing and me literally going, smoking at the polls, has your opinion changed?
It has changed, yeah. I think from knowing you, I thought you took extra long to get ready, but by the polls it looks like you're about normal almost, which I'm surprised at. I'm shocked. I'm surprised that you take so long to get ready. Not 5-10 minutes now.
Like, now you kind of see that it's not just I take the piss, it's a kind of girl thing.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. I did know that it took a while. There's so much to do: makeup, hair, picking your outfit.
But did you think it was just a me thing?
I thought you took longer than most people, yes.
But now it turns out there's people that take longer than me.
That's shocking.
Do you think now that you would give me an easier time getting ready because you realise now that this is actually such a widespread thing?
I think, yeah, I'll definitely give you an easier time. There's so much room for things to go wrong as well. For me, is the worst thing I could do is I can't find a t-shirt or I was doing my hair again, it takes another 5 minutes or so, but if something's
spray a bit of water and just restyle it.
Yeah, but if something's wrong for you, it's starting from scratch. I think
okay.
I've got to take that into consideration, and yeah, we're room for error, so I'll give you a bit less slack if something goes wrong. Is that fair?
We have achieved. Ask you some of the questions asked the girls, and you give me your answer as a guy. So how much does the perfect outfit mean to you? Way too much or not fussed?
Maybe somewhere in between, but if I had to pick one, I think I want to feel good, especially if I'm going out somewhere with you or somewhere with my pals. I want to feel really good about myself, so I think it does mean.
So would you say like guys feel an element of social pressure as well?
I think some guys do. I know people who do. I know people who don't. Some people don't.
Do you feel?
I think maybe I would say in the past when I'm maybe single a little bit, but now I'm social media wise, probably not. It's just if I feel good in myself.
No, he's not trying to pull, he doesn't really give a fuck, basically.
If I look back and I feel I was okay, that's enough. I don't worry about other people's opinions.
So you don't feel like your opinions matter as much now that you're kind of settled in life?
Yeah, I think your opinion matters the most. If you're happy with what I'm wearing and I'm happy with what I'm wearing, that's what counts.
And I would really like to know, right, and I feel when I done the girls one, it was like rated quite high, that girls feel this way. Right, so is a guy's self-worth affected by the final outcome?
The outcome of the outfit?
Everything, so when you're ready, do you feel like the final outcome affects your self-worth? So say it wasn't quite how you felt you were going to look and you didn't really expect to look how you do, you don't feel like you look the best, you don't feel like it's a nice outfit you ever had. Is your self-worth affected, or do you feel like you can go over it?
I feel like it's really easy to get over it. Sometimes I put on an outfit and thinking that's not really how I want to feel when I put that on, but it's simple enough for me to go, oh, I'll just change t-shirt, and that completely changes things. It's not as much as changing a full outfit. It could be something simple as changing your shoes or a t-shirt, and then you feel good about yourself.
But what if you had to like leave right that second and like you couldn't change it? Would you feel shit about yourself? Or can you just like, the guys just kind of right ahead rather than what they look like?
Question. I think sometimes if I go my hair's not great.
Question master.
Yeah, indeed. If I go out my hair is not how I'm wanting it, it does make me feel worse. I probably don't want to be in a photo. I probably don't feel as confident about myself, and yeah, it could ruin a night almost. Probably not to the extent it would ruin yours or other girls out there, but it could slightly hinder it a little bit.
And I do know, like, me take photos and stuff, like, guys are maybe not as critical as girls, but you're still quite critical. Like, there'll be photos I like, and he's like, oh no, I hate that photo, and I'll be like, it's so nice. And like, I might not even think I look the best in it, but I still think it's a really nice photo of us two, and he'll be like, no, I don't like it. So I feel like there's a bit of like guys and girls, like, we kind of have our own little flaws that we don't like, and
that's
guys can be quite critical of photos as well.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think sometimes girls don't really give credit to guys, like, they think they just take a photo and that's fine. I think like guys do have their own kind of feelings towards photos and like how they perceive themselves as well, don't they?
Yeah, there'll be a lot of guys who just never want to be in a photo ever. There may be some like me they're feeling good about themselves, they're happy being in a photo, and then sometimes they think they look pretty bad in it.
He's an absolute poser. Like, this is why we work, because when I met him and we went on, I went to Edinburgh, I lived in Edinburgh, and I went for like a weekend, and he must have took about 100 photos of me. Good angles as well, not your really like shitty angles and like pure reluctance. He was begging me to go in photos, not in a creepy way, right, and have like a private like album of me, right, not in a kind of weird way, but like for me to look back on, and there were such good angles, and I was like, where's this boy? Where did you come from, the heavens? Like, it was so weird that a guy like nailed the angles. And then I met like your brother as well, he's a twin by the way, and they literally do that whole thing, I'm going to embarrass you, right, they do that whole thing where they're like looking away, like, I don't know you're taking a photo of me, but I totally do. Like when those ones are looking into the distance. Yeah. I'm
That's true. But guys don't have much poses to work with. It's either that looking away one or just smiling at the camera. There's nothing in between.
Like, there's sometimes I just see you and your brother walking, and he's just take a photo of one another, and he's at, it's like that whole, their Instagram kind of look consisted of look away and I'll capture it. that is their motto for photos, look away and I'll capture it, and then they put it up as if it just looks like effortless. But in Mila there's about 10 of them, the same pose.
Done me dirty there.
Done him dirty. He just tried to strangle me.
No idea what she's done about. You can't leave that in.
Yes I can, because I do the editing. So to sum this up, he's learnt something, I got off the hook. Right, no, but to sum this up, all those answers that you heard, did you expect it that deep?
Oh, I did think that it'd be very common that girls would feel that way about themselves and it would make them late. Yeah. But probably not to that extent, and I think the biggest one was that I thought you took extra long to get ready than most people out there, but it turns out it'd be quite normal, an average amount of time it takes, so surprised.
There's nothing average about you, babe. Now you kind of see that could be worse.
It could be worse, a lot worse, yeah.
So the next time that I'm testing your patience I'm late, I'll just get out the pose and go.
Sure, I still hate the fact we're late, but it won't be as bad.
Well, I've caught this on video, guys, so if he goes in a pure mood, with me when I'm late next time. I'm just the people that won't
I don't
happen.
think I promise.
Well, you say is that you wouldn't do it. And then if you do, I can just go, well, that's not what you were given it a few weeks ago. Would you like to see more videos of me and Lewis having chats about guys and girls, like different social pressures, different things, or just doing a wee challenge? Let me know down below. I'm actually going to head out. I'm not just getting this like glam for YouTube. Like, I'm actually going to be heading out. We're like a few hours late, but I mean...
I'm not mad
that's
about
the
it.
point of the video. That's the point of the video. When you're talking about lateness, I'm late. Like, is it from me, and that is also it from Liz. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope it opens a discussion. Please, on Instagram, if you don't already follow me at that vain gal, get involved in the discussions. There'll be future polls. I will do a topic once a month and then discuss it on YouTube. Definitely get involved in that, and let me know in the comments. Let's get a discussion about this, because there's definitely a discussion to be had, and as you can see, there's definitely a discussion between your significant other or your family too. Yeah, stay safe and sassy, folks. Bye. Get your system.